what you're listening to. Man, what they talking about? I got my hand up on that knob, trying to figure out. It doesn't matter who's the guest or what's the subject, cause they keep it 100 and them callers love it. The radio show got you tuned in, ready for action like a bad chick texting what's happening. They ain't here giving 5 o'clock news. The host keep it blunt, sharing their point of views. They going in, man, cause they ain't got no filter. Cause they keep it 100, that's why we messing with you. Got you up to date with the latest with music and what's trending, that's basics. On prime time hours, you can never go wrong. In your night music and what's going on in your neck of the woods, like, hey, Al Rogo on today, like, feeling entertained with the radio show. Tuesday, Thursday, taking over, let them know. Let them telephone rings, yeah, I'm on this thing.
I'm be eating in this thing if don't nobody mind.
Yep, so I'm trying to figure out something here. Maybe y'all can help me out. Why are we still celebrating Dr. Seuss?
He was the first rapper.
That's what he was?
Was he the first rapper?
Yeah.
There's a walk it in my pocket. Walk it in my pocket.
Hop on pop. No, stop. You must not hop on pop. Oh.
Yeah. I'm just saying though, how he slipped through the cracks, because we've been show canceling a lot of people. You know, we've been retconning a lot of people. You know, looking at you, Christopher Columbus, and Dr. Seuss just out here. I mean, like, have you seen some of those pictures? Like, have any of y'all seen like, some of that? I mean,
the cat in the hat.
Not the cat in the hat, man. I'm talking about, you know. Well, that's probably what he called us. But no, I'm talking about the real slanted eyes, you know.
Nah. He was racist?
Very much so.
Just, you know, a little bit.
Hey,
you know.
Okay, so could the Who's have been Jews, which is why he gave them the extra pronounced, like, no, like, no, that's not a thing.
It could be.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm just dumbfounded how we still doing this. You know, his birthday comes around, they dressing up the kids, and you know, we don't participate in that no more, man. Like, you know, the dress up stuff, even the school was in, was like, we don't do that here. We're good on that. We're not participating in that. We're not doing the cat in the hat, green eggs and ham. You know, none of that stuff. We good.
Well, I guess. Okay, so he got some racist characters, which I mean, you have to cancel Looney Tunes too, because if you go back and watch some of you know, Mel Blanc's greatest hits, then it's
Disney's in that category too. You know, there's a story a while back. Disney Plus had to take some content off of the streaming site because it was racist.
I mean, Disney himself was a known anti-Semite. Like, he was super hated Jews. So like,
but
you know.
I'm just saying though. I mean, but Dr. Seuss is celebrated like this inclusive kids, fun and games, ha. But if you go back and look at some of the things that he's drawn, and also the fact that 6 of his books, they're not going to be publishing due to the fact that it has racial undertones in it. So my thing is that people can make their choice about what they want their kids to watch or look at. But if you know blatantly it's a little bit of good old fashioned family racism going on, it should be more said about that.
So go into, let me know, because this is news to me. What's racial undertones in which books?
Okay, now you gotta have me pulling out homework. Now, just
if this is like the slave trade allegory of Curious George, then like, you know, is it a real thing, or is this like a theory in the back?
No, it's not a theory. It's for real. But
okay.
The thing is, you know, housekeeping on the air. I sent the whole article in the chat, possibly. Nope. Yeah, I think I did.
Cool.
He's looking like, yep.
What did it say?
All right, so we're gonna read here. Looking. This is great. Looking. Just a moment. Should have probably had this up beforehand.
It was your thing, man. It was your rant.
It was.
Yeah. I'm proud of you for thinking we were gonna do our research beforehand.
I know.
I tried to, you know, fill in the gaps. I was being your hype man, but
what was on my mind? Okay.
I can only do so much.
So a couple of the books, one of them in and two. I think I saw it.
I just want to say before you name any other books, I probably haven't read any of the racist books growing up.
I literally could only name maybe about 5 Dr.
My
Seuss
school
books.
probably kept it to the socially acceptable ones, but we'll see.
Well, okay, so they have a one of the books where a character described as Chinese has 2 lines for eyes, carries chopsticks and a bowl of rice, and wears traditional Japanese style shoes. And then in the book, If I Ran the Zoo, 2 men said to be from Africa are shown shirtless, shoeless, and wearing grass skirts, and they carry an exotic animal. So, and they said he wrote an entire minstrel show in college and performed the main character in full blackface.
So do we cancel all his books, or we just taking like the bad ones off?
No, we should probably just not be reading them because what place is it coming from? Like this, like you're full on. It's not like, okay, I'm gonna choose to be racist against them. Like it's just, we should just probably find somebody else.
So then that goes back to, do we do the same with Disney? Do we just take Lion King, Cinderella,
Bambi,
Finding Nemo? Is that Pixar?
Finding Nemo? Yes.
Okay, yeah. do we just get rid of the whole thing? Shut all the parks down? I don't mean to say this with a facetious tone. I mean, I'm
no. You bringing up a good question because it's the same thing that comes up when people say, "Well, how is it that you go and eat Chick-fil-A? Do you know their policies?" I'm like, "Nah, but I know that their chicken is jamming, so that part I know." So,
and I bring this up every time. I have my own personal reasons for continuing to support Chick-fil-A. Being that the owner,
good as hell.
That's first and foremost. But second,
Number one,
the owner, Truett, him and his son came and taught at my high school, which was 97.65% black.
97.65% black.
I just made
shout
that
out.
number up.
It feels right because you added decimal points.
Right.
So.
It felt authentic. But like seriously, like I mean, we had Hispanic and like it trickled down the same way the population does. Exactly. Like
not white there.
I want to say we had as many Asian Pacific Islanders as we had white people. Maybe less white people than Asian Pacific Islanders. Like it
so
was.
You had more rocks. You had more Samoan people than white people.
I think so.
Y'all had a plethora of rocks.
Look, no, we have a plethora. I'm just saying that's just how little white people we had. I might be able to name you 5 white people.
Did you have a white Mike? Because every school, if you was a black school, you had a white Mike. No white Mike?
Nah, not that I know of. Not that I can remember.
We had a white Mike. We had a Mike White, and then we had a white Mike.
Now, see, our Mike White was black.
Our Mike White was black as well, but we had.
But then y'all had a white Mike.
Yes.
Gotcha.
See, we had a white Mike who might as well been your Mike White because he was black, or at least he portrayed himself that way.
All the Mike Whites black.
Let's start a poll. Comment below if your name is Mike White and you're not black.
Comment if your name is Mike White and you are black.
Yeah, right. We need a list. We need a ticker going.
But now that I think about it, all the black people, all the whites I know are black, and all the blacks I know are white.
That's a good one. I don't know any. I think I had one teacher, maybe elementary school, whose last name was black, and I think she was white. I didn't have a class. She was next door to one of my other teachers. But I don't know anybody black, last name black. Let's put it like that.
I know some blacks, and they're all white. And all the whites I know are black.
Is this like the Chappelle skit? The NIGGAR, it's the nigga family.
We didn't jump down a rabbit hole here, man.
Yeah. I was about to say, I really hope they're talking about last names. Because I'm absolutely confused if it's not.
Yeah, we talking about last names.
But
then I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. So Khujeaux, to your point though, man, you brought up something that's interesting with that. So if we going down and we finding people who doing shit, who do we cancel? Does it have more to do with who do we find as more beloved? Like, because Disney is like looked at as I think all of us on here, do we all have Disney Plus? I think we all got Disney Plus. Do we not?
I don't have Disney Plus.
Okay.
I haven't pulled that trigger yet. I wanted to, but it's another $15 for something else, man.
It's $6.99.
I said, is it $15? $6.99.
It's $6.99.
It's another subscription. Is my point.
Now, I do agree with you on that. It is another subscription.
So, but I'm just trying to general point. Like eventually you're gonna get it, and we support Marvel because we're all comic book heads. So that's part of it. Easy, you got Disney Plus, don't you? Yeah, you got the bundle. So yeah, and
Yes,
Tiki, you do too, don't you?
I've seen Endgame. I know that was an issue while I was missing, but I have seen Endgame.
Yeah, but when did you see it though?
That is not the point. I saw it before y'all had that discussion. So know that I've seen Endgame.
There you go, Tiki.
All right.
Look, here's what's really important. I know what happens in Endgame. Even prior to the movie coming out, I knew what was going to happen in Endgame. Let's just say that. Is that The Rock?
It's always somebody that want to show out.
Is that The Rock?
Is that that Dollar General version of action figure?
This is not.
Oh, it's the Avengers. Okay.
It's Thanos. This is not the Revengers.
The Avengers? What is that?
Yeah.
And this is actually Black Panther.
The Avengers.
Thinkos.
The Black Wasp. The Black Wasp. But
Five Diamond Man.
It's so interesting though that you brought that up about that. Like, will we go back and just retcon the ones that we really find to be endearing to us?
Yeah, I think
you muted yourself. She was just talking.
No, it wasn't. I was talking to the baby.
Oh,
look at you.
I'm gonna just say right now, Dr. Seuss ain't getting canceled by me because I've only seen the good side of Dr. Seuss, and I'm leaving it at that.
Well, I challenge you to I challenge you to watch this post production, and you'll change your mind.
So here's the thing, like that's like, do we do that with every person throughout history? Because I mean, you just have to cancel all white people up until a certain point. You know what I mean? Like,
but okay, so here's the question: if you cancel everything on that side, when do they start canceling everything on the minority or black side? Because it's bound to happen. If you cancel so far to one way, it's got to start canceling back the other way. So then, what we're gonna be left with?
Yeah, because white people could just as easily go back and listen to BET Comic View and just cancel anybody that talk bad about white people.
Yeah. That's facts.
I mean, but there'll be no more black comics. That's the entire basis of their
That's it.
Their routine.
Okay. They don't care.
Chris Rock made a living on he built his whole career on making fun of white people.
That's true.
So you have to cancel Chris Rock.
That's reverse discrimination.
But now that we on the topic of canceling, I don't like that everybody has adopted this phrase of cancel culture. And this is gonna be a quick rant out of it. I'm taking your thing, M16. I don't like the phrase cancel culture because it kind of just undermines consequences. That's really what cancel culture is. You do some shit and there's consequences for what you've done.
Facts.
The consequence being that it's gonna hit your pockets. Like, you either gonna not get supported for whatever it is that you're doing, or other. But there's consequences for what you do. You can't tell people how to react. They have to continue to support you just because of freedom of speech. Freedom of speech basically means you can't go to jail for what you said. Doesn't mean that there's not consequences.
Man, that's 100% facts, man. Because
that is fact.
People do want to jump to that. They want to say, oh, well, they're trying to muzzle him or take away his freedom of speech. Just like Khujeaux said, you can say whatever you want, but you got to be willing to pay the cost for what it is that you say. That's not censoring you.
You can't walk into your job and look at your boss or your CEO and be like, I really do not like you, like, at all. You're a bad person. I don't like the way your face is shaped. You smell funny. But see you tomorrow, right?
Fired.
Right, exactly.
Nah, but that's the people who are upset or who feel uncomfortable by it. They quick to jump. Well, they can't say anything. Like the girl from The Mandalorian, they be like, well, they're taking away her freedom of speech. Like, no, she said some real disgusting things. She got called to the carpet on it. You pay with it. You pay for it with your job nowadays. Like when you make comments like that, you pay for it with your job, and that's the end of it. That's the end of it. Just like the teacher in Cobb County who said that Breonna Taylor, it was her own fault.
Now, I don't know anything about this story, but whatever happened to her, she deserves it.
How do you fix that? She said she was hanging around known criminals. I'm like, Then she gave the apology afterwards, like, well, I was talking about something that I was misinformed, but you was informed enough to jump right to it was the black person's fault, though.
So
You're
was it a
informed enough to
comment,
know.
or did she just make a full blown post?
No, she was saying that in class, like she's teaching, and during that, you know, because they're dealing with Black history, and she just felt compelled to.
She was trying to be hip and talk with her kids about it, and decided to.
Yeah, and just went full on Karen. You know.
That didn't end well.
No, I haven't looked to see like the update as far as like if she's been.
I'm assuming she's probably not teaching anymore.
Been let go or whatever.
Talking about the Cobb County Karen lady?
Yeah, the one who said Breonna Taylor was responsible for her own death.
Yeah.
Cobb County Karen, didn't y'all just learn in the last election? Your county different now, okay? People think differently out there in Cobb County.
I
like
gotta be careful.
Look, is it different, or is it that people can just actually like go vote now?
Oh.
Yeah, but they're trying to stop that too. You know.
Well, not trying. They did.
Yeah, they showed up.
It already passed in the Georgia House.
All right, so since we're talking about Black history, also you just bitching that. You know, like there was what state was that? Was that Nevada or Utah or Nebraska? One of the states that you wouldn't name first in a list of states.
Come on, man.
I thought you were gonna say where a bunch of white people live, because that's basically what you named outside of Nevada.
Yeah, look, it's like I said, it's not gonna be first on your list if somebody said, "Hey, name all 50 states." Probably wouldn't be in the top 20. I don't think. I can't remember what state it was, but anyway, they giving people the option of celebrating.
Oh yeah. This
Black
was
history.
this was either Montana or Wyoming, somewhere in that corridor.
Yep.
Yeah.
So which is fine, because there were some people on both sides of this conversation, Black and white, who kind of agreed. Black people like, well, yeah, get rid of it because y'all don't teach shit anyway. It's the same five people. It's Martin Luther King had a dream. Rosa Parks said no.
Harriet Tubman,
Frederick Douglass,
and Frederick Douglass, and George Washington
and
Carver.
Depending on the school, you might get George Washington Carver or Sojourner Truth, depending on the.
And they used to sprinkle in. They used to sprinkle in a little bit of. You would see like in the 80s, you would see Bill Cosby, maybe Sidney Poitier. Like, let's put some,
some faces, some actors, some current. Yeah. We used to have that a lot. Now that I think about it, we used to color pictures of people.
Hughes.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe Langston Hughes,
Maybe W.E.B. Du Bois.
Yes. Yeah, Du Bois, yeah.
Yeah, they got that. They got that list of one. Shit, they've been in reruns so long. Shit, Trump was talking about Black History Month. He was talking about Frederick Douglass like he was still alive. Like, yeah, he's done a great job. Like, yeah, so he
did refer to him as if he's still alive.
Yeah, like, yeah, he's dead.
So you got that, and like I said, I can understand that. I'm like the curriculum is garbage anyway. So I'm not saying I agree with it, but I understand that standpoint. But I want to circle back and find out, so do we cancel every history month? So like right now there's women's history, there's Women's History Month, Hispanic History Month, there's Asian History Month,
you can keep going.
If you cancel all the history months, we'll just right back to what we were 50 years ago, are we not?
True.
Yeah.
I think
like
Black History Month's the only one that has like a specific like curriculum and chapters in the
it's not
the book.
It's not like
really not chapters, more like a chapter.
Fun fact though is that Black history, there isn't even a curriculum in the state of Georgia. Teachers are told to come up with their own curriculum in the state of Georgia for Black History Month. There's not a guideline or anything.
The issue here is if the writers of the history books would just be honest, you wouldn't have to worry about opting out of Black History Month or worrying about just one chapter. Because if you put Black and Latino and all the histories in the book and wrote it accurately and told the story accurately, you wouldn't have to worry about trying to opt out of shit.
Yeah. But then you got to decide, where do you squeeze it in, right? Who's Black that's more important than who's white? But then you got to consider, like you said, the writers of the history books and the people in these companies.
You just got to make it relevant to the subject. So like if we talking about Henry Ford and how he started making the automobile, then you got to talk about, and I can't think of the guy's name,
George Washington.
But you got to talk about the black guy that invented the stoplight because that's relevant to the car. You know what I'm saying? Like if we talking about,
Madam
you know,
Curie.
right. If we talking about historically black colleges, you're gonna bring up Mary McLeod Bethune and all those other people and start talking about that. Like whatever subjects that's going on, make it relevant to that time period. Like I know one year in a history book, they were talking about like changes in food supply and how you know, food would get spoiled before it got to a certain location, whatever the case may be. And if I'm not mistaken, I think a black guy came up with the refrigerated, you know, trailer for 18-wheelers. So like just keeping it relevant to the topic, like American Revolution, you know, people talk about Crispus Attucks and other black people that helped in the revolution. Just make it relevant. That's all you got to do.
Right.
When you talk about the point in history, just mention the black people and whoever else was involved. There you go.
That's
simple
fair.
fix.
Yeah. Well, we know that's not gonna happen.
No, but you know,
at least not since somebody black starts a textbook company.
Yeah, but even then they don't try to scrub it out, even if that happens.
Yeah, I could try to get bought out.
It's always control from somewhere else with stuff like that.
So you said that I take an entrepreneurial class, and it's a lady in the class. She's got to be like, I think she said she's in her mid to late 70s. And she said that one of her goals was to start writing textbooks. That's her long-term goal.
Yeah.
And the whole class was like, no, ma'am, that is not your long-term goal. That is your right now goal. If you're already in your mid to late 70s, like, let's get that done.
Yeah. That's messed up. But yeah,
Yeah, so we probably need to contact her and be like, hey, can you get on these Black History, lesson plans?
But also,
yeah, seriously, hey,
textbooks
do it now because all these damn civil rights icons are dying. So I don't even know if we got documented stories and
we finna be out of
eyewitness
icons.
accounts.
Right.
Yeah, like shit.
So who is ours for this generation? It's funny you brought that up, Izzy, about all the ones that are dying.
The only person in this generation gonna be Stacey Abrams. That's it. That's all we got.
Because, like, I mean, they probably got some people who might consider that they
Believe
are.
Believe it or not, Al Sharpton's like relatively young. Like he's like 66, I think, or 65.
Really?
Yeah.
I forgot about him and Jesse.
And Andrew Young Andrew Young up there though. I think he in his 70s.
Yeah, Andrew Young's up there. God, yeah. Can we preserve him? Like, make sure we got all the stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if I'm not mistaken, who's the other guy? There's a road named after him here in Atlanta. Lowry, Joseph Lowry. He's like 90 something. Yeah, like.
Yeah.
I thought he's still alive.
Yes.
We doing research on air because Khujeaux just came back with the answer real quick.
I think if I'm not mistaken, he spoke at John Lewis's funeral.
Because
I didn't know who he was.
He passed last year. That's what I thought.
Okay, well, I'm trying to think. There was an older guy who's in his 90s that spoke at John Lewis's funeral last year, and he got like a standing ovation. I was like, who is this guy?
It wasn't Andrew Young, because that's the only one that left.
No, it wasn't Andrew Young.
Andrew Young, 88.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to Google it.
Was it the Reverend dude?
Reverend dude, if you could give me another name, that would help. But he was a Jackson. Reverend. No.
Wasn't Jesse. I don't know. We'll come back with it, I guess.
Look. He at the front page. Come on, man. Tell me his name. I hate when they have the photo, but they don't say whose name's under it.
They figure you should know it.
I guess so.
And they like keeping around.
Show it to us. Let us see it. Maybe we can call it.
Sure. Damn, they got the little.
Oh shit! Can't even see his face.
That helps a lot.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm looking for. I wasn't trying to waste y'all time.
Was it? Let's see.
James Lawson. Does that name ring a bell?
He's 92, and he's American activist. And
that's that. Yeah, so that's who it is.
Wow. Yeah, we need
because
to.
like
Yeah.
he got a standing ovation. I'm like, I don't know who this
He's
is.
like,
Like, I
I
need to
don't
Google him. I feel bad. I was like,
He wasn't the 5 that was in our textbook, so we wouldn't know him.
That's
yeah.
correct.
man, you naming them 5 or 6, them the same ones that's still going
Yep.
to this day.
But that's what a lot of people saying. Like the curriculum is garbage. You're not even really teaching anything. We already know Martin Luther King had a dream. Rosa Parks said no, and peanut butter came from
So I mean,
peanuts.
in my daughter's kindergarten class, they were
Peanut butter
teaching
came
them
from
about
peanuts.
they were learning about Obama, you know, because that's Black history within itself. You know, the first Black president. So they were learning about him. They gonna have some fun learning about them Trump years, though. Woo.
Oh well, yeah. You
Those
said
ought to be
kindergarten. I was about to say you got to learn it if you live through it. But yeah,
Because you know that age, she oblivious to all that. But I don't know, man. It's crazy. Like because it seems like the people who had a real problem with Black History Month. Because I mean, it's whatever, man. Like have it or don't have it. But the people who say, well, why does Black history have to have a month? I'm like, we're a race of people who technically don't have an identity. We were taken from where we came from, brought to somewhere else, and basically given someone else's identity.
Yeah.
So trying to learn that, I think, is important. But the people who have a problem with it, it's like, well, why isn't there a White History Month? I'm like, open a fucking textbook. That's all it's been. We're trying to learn our side of it, where we come from. It's not racism. It's just like, it's the same reason why you see those signs with the people with the Confederate flag who say it's not hate, it's heritage. That's what Black History Month is. People trying to learn about where they came from.
yeah, their contributions to the country that stole them.
Yep.
There's
So-
a meme I saw about the Confederate flag that was pretty funny. It was like, it was with SpongeBob, and it was like when God, I can't think of Aquaman's evil Mermaid Man's evil villain.
Man Ray.
Man Ray.
Man Ray, yeah.
Yeah.
So Man Ray was talking to Patrick. He was like, so you mean to tell me that you support a group that was trying to leave the Union? And he was like, yes. And he was like, so you know that this represents hate and racism? Yes. So you're cool with having this in your front yard and don't understand why people are coming after you? Yes, because it's my heritage. It's like, God, I'm dead.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. Like,
Yeah. They know, but they continue to support it just because it supports whiteness, and they white, and that's it.
well, apparently it didn't get revitalized until I think in the 50s and the 60s. Like the Confederate flag had kind of went away. And then like, you know, when us Black folk were trying to integrate things and end segregation, apparently they brought the Confederacy flags and everything back to like instill fear.
Oh, and this,
I can believe that. Stone Mountain.
man, if you ain't been there and you ain't seen a couple of them flags when you go on the Stone Mountain, then you haven't had the full Stone Mountain experience.
Right.
I was like, okay, this is what we doing. We just find the flag on the back of our trucks here. Noted. Let's get the hell back out of here. Cause I don't know, man. It's just I marvel at people having sometimes such the issue with why, like, the people who've been on top all the time have a problem with inclusiveness. Like, where's the fear coming from? Like, oh wait, I get it. You don't want to get treated the way we've been treated all this time. Is that what it is? Because you know it's wrong.
The fear comes in because there's a chance that person or group of people is gonna lose power. So what do you do to hold on to that power? You use fear tactics and make sure to do whatever you can to not lose power. That's what that is.
But I think that's both really good points.
But do they realize though that if it was just like it's like, hey, equal, and like, okay, equal, and it'll all be over, because that's all anybody was ever looking for, was not us to be better than them or vice versa. Just you're the same, I'm the same. You go your way, I go mine. Let's do our thing.
But it's not that simple though, because when you break down equal, you're talking about equal opportunities to wealth, equal wealth. You're talking about equal education. There's a lot of different things that kind of fall into that. So it is as easy as to say equal, but what does equal
I guess
really
the
look
same
like
people,
when you break it down?
What you were saying, Easy, is like, I don't have a problem with that. Like, oh, so me and this person who doesn't look like me, we both have the same equal chance to get this job or have this wealth or send our kids to this school. That doesn't, like, I don't know if that bothers anybody on this panel. So I don't understand why anybody else would be afraid of just like, okay, we're on equal footing.
I think to EZ's point is that
majority of us are not in those positions. So of course it sounds like a great idea, but I mean, let's be honest. We all work in corporate America or have worked in corporate America. Let's be frank. There's 5 or 6 Black CEOs in the Fortune 500. And I think if you break it down by the other minorities, they might be 10. So,
yeah,
you know, we're still not even really equally represented in the workplace.
Yeah. No. I think it's designed to keep us, you know, divided. To EZ's point is that, you know, the ones in power want to retain that power, and in order to, it's more classist. This theory is more classist than it is racist or, you know, race-based. It's class-based. So the ones in power at the top want to remain there, and in order to do that, you have to have people at the bottom. Those people at the bottom, you pit them against each other to make them think that, you know what I'm saying, and that it's a race thing when it's actually a class thing. Sorry, I'm not
right. And you know, what do? You run for political office. You know, donate millions of dollars to a campaign that fits your agenda. You know, how do you stay on top? Well, shit, I'm gonna change the rules so that I can stay on top. Looking at you, Wall Street and the GameStop saga. You know, all these small people got together and was upping the price and making money off of it. And the big guy said, okay, we're going to make sure you can't trade this stock so we can fix our hedge funds. And then once we get our money back, then we're going to let you start trading it again. Like,
that's a good point. Easy. It's the same thing you were saying just now. Cause I was looking at that when you talked about the bill that passed about the no excuse absentee ballot. This says exactly what y'all were talking about keeping down and divided. They saw that people came through and voted and it didn't go their way. So we're like, we have to change this shit because we feel like something ain't right. So we got to change it because Black people don't normally do that, or minorities or whomever. And they had to go and fix it. Cause this shit right here, I'm reading it, it's some complete bullshit, man. Like why is there a need to change it? Oh, because it didn't go your way. So start the PlayStation over, start the Xbox over, the game cheating, start it over. That's what that was.
Yeah. Was that bill passed or was it just kind of introduced?
No, I think it passed. And just before the governor is up for re-election, and you know, Warnock is supposed to be running to get a full term. So
yep. And then, you know, because it looked like Stacey Abrams is going to take another shot at trying to be governor again, as rumors I'm hearing that she's going to go ahead and give it another go and see how it turns out this time.
Yeah, you did all this shit to get other people like you elected. Might as well give it a shot for yourself, right?
Yeah.
She need to be on the next ticket.
You talking about for president?
Okay, hold on, guys. Let's get her in some kind of elected office first. Like
VP.
Come on.
I don't think you need it.
You know,
I mean, Trump wasn't on no prior ticket. I don't think Jimmy Carter was ever elected to anything else prior to him being president.
All right, so
Reagan.
Those 2 people you gave, we just had a lesson about this, Khujeaux. What color are they? Different playing field, buddy.
Look, I'm just saying.
No prior experience.
Look, it's hard to even play by those rules, EZ, because we've only had one Black person in the goddamn White House.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, the people that can usually, you know, not play by the rules or be the anomaly.
He's speaking facts. I mean, Brian Kemp literally oversaw his own victory, so he's right. Like,
yeah,
Kemp literally oversaw his own election.
Yeah, so I mean, I agree with you. It is possible that, you know, some person of color could definitely, you know, break the rules like they did and win. But
who do y'all think that person could be? Like, if there's going to be a Black person that's just going to step up,
it would have to be somebody very wealthy. So like somebody like Oprah that can like put enough money on the table to. Because the person got to have money. The person got to have money.
We've been begging Oprah to run for years. If she hadn't done it by now, I don't think she'll actually do it.
Well, I don't think it's gonna happen. But you need somebody on that level.
Yeah.
Well, what What about, well, Tiki mentioned him earlier when we were joking around. What about somebody like The Rock?
I was about to say that The Rock, I think he's what do they call it?
The greatest professional wrestler who ever lived.
That is
First
not
off.
at all what I was about to say.
The greatest actor who ever lived.
Racially ambiguous. He's racially ambiguous enough to secure votes on both sides.
He's passable enough is really what you just wanted to say.
Yes, I wanted to say it, but there's an actual word for it. It's racially ambiguous.
Passable.
But passable is our word. That's what we call it.
Well, he's got my vote.
Yeah, and he would confuse some of them because they'd be like, "Oh man, I do love The Rock, but he's part
Yeah.
with
Another
the
one
ER
I'm
at
thinking
the
of.
end,
Ooh,
not the
she
A.
put the hard ER.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to put an ER at the end of that, not the A. So
I think The Rock could do it.
I think
Yeah,
Alex
that's the
Rodriguez
vote.
would be a good one too.
Who?
Alex
A-Rod.
Rodriguez, the baseball player.
But I'm gonna say The Rock more so because wrestling is
People like me just said
Shoot.
who?
Bless you.
No. I'm saying, yeah, like obviously more people know The Rock, but like A-Rod's pretty wealthy, and
yeah. The Rock.
No,
Yeah.
but when you listen to him, when you hear his name, he's Hispanic. So
Yeah, I was gonna say,
that issue
well, that's what I'm
that-
saying. I wouldn't try to name a black person. Like I said,
They would eat him up
who's in my
on the whole. He was suspended for an entire year on some steroids, and in politics, they'll just bring that up the whole time.
Yeah.
Donald Trump had like 20-some people, 20-some women come up and say, "Hey, he sexually harassed me," and that didn't do much. So,
You all right over there, man?
Yeah, I had a sneeze attack.
I'm just telling you right now, I am totally not gonna add any Batman 66 Biff or Piles or Booms on that, just so you know.
Hey, I was eating these spicy chips. I think that's what it was.
You don't make up for your sins in the church. You do it in the streets.
Product of my environment. I want my environment to be a product of me.
Dr.
I want my environment to be a product of me.
So say good night to the black guy.
Yeah. That's right. Shout out to the Dawn, K-Dawn. West Coast. Slow vibe. It's coming like check. Yeah. I don't know, you don't know. All I know is we got a long way to go. All I know is it's gonna take a whole lot more for us to try love. I don't know, you don't know. All I know is we got a long way to go. All I know it's gonna take a whole lot more for us to find love. I don't know, you don't know. All I know is we got a long way to go. All I know it's gonna take a whole lot more for us to try love. I don't know, you don't know. All I know is we got a long way to go. All I know it's gonna take a whole lot more for us to find love. Who you fooling? You don't want true love. Just be honest, you want a world that's made up. There's work to do. What we gon' do? Let's say less and show just what we're made of. I don't know, you don't know. All I know is we got a long way to go. All I know it's gonna take a whole lot more for us to try love. I don't know, you don't know. All I know is we got a long way to go. All I know it's gonna take a whole lot more for us to find love. Keep it funky, you want it all for sure. When it's time to work and show your worth, you're so far gone. There's work to do. What we gon' do? Let's say less and show just what we're made of. I don't know, you don't know. All I know is we got a long way to go. All I know it's gonna take a whole lot more for us to try love. I don't know, you don't know. All I know is we got a long way to go. All I know it's gonna take a whole lot more for us to find love. I don't know, you don't know. All I know is we got a long way to go. All I know it's gonna take a whole lot more for us to try love. I don't know, you don't know. All I know is we got a long way to go. All I know it's gonna take a whole lot more for us to find love. I pray my heart don't harden up. I know this love is true. I hope you search deep in your heart to feel the same way too. I pray my heart don't harden up. I know this love is true. I hope you search deep in your heart to feel the same way too.
But it have to be The Rock. Like you said, Oprah would be another good one that could step in. Who else? Maybe not Tyler Perry, but he's in the same.
But yeah, from a money standpoint, yeah, he could fund his own election. I think if Kanye West was sane, he could, be legitimate. He's got the money.
He never struck me as a guy in any sense that would be someone I would want leading anything.
Nah. Like even prior to all this craziness, there wasn't nothing about Kanye that would have been like.
Well, for the record,
he's political.
I don't think he's a good candidate. We're just naming minority people that have the kind of money to go and do this kind of thing.
You would have to say Jay-Z or Diddy before you say Kanye. Or
yeah,
Dr.
but
Dre.
not really. Kanye's got more net worth than Diddy for sure.
Well, what about somebody
behind Jay-Z?
What about somebody like
Kanye's a billionaire?
What about somebody like LeBron James? Too polarizing?
Probably so.
Yeah, he's not polarizing, but he's dibble dabbled in politics and rubbed some people the wrong way based on his comments. So,
and I also feel like there's people who would just not vote for LeBron just because they don't like LeBron as a basketball player.
Yeah, which I don't understand because he's probably the greatest that you've ever seen pick up a basketball.
Yeah, I would say that also.
Yeah, like I know we've been enamored with Jordan. I know I'm skipping all over what we were talking about, but it's about time to start talking about LeBron as the greatest to ever pick up a basketball.
And he watched both of them, so
Yeah, I mean, I never thought in a million years I'd be like, oh, nobody's gonna be better than Jordan. LeBron's like, hold on, just give me a second.
Nah, I would have to put him over Jordan for sure. And I like Jordan's my dude, but
I mean, who's bigger, stronger, faster than what LeBron can do?
The game was designed to progress, man. Jordan can't be the best forever. You know what I'm saying? Like if that was the height of basketball players, then why continue? You know what I'm saying? Like somebody eventually got to come along and be better. Like Michael Jackson can't be the greatest dancer of all time forever. Like
you're right. Somebody always got to come along and take the mantle from whoever was the last person to do it.
Yeah, I say it all the time. Chris Brown's a far better dancer than Michael Jackson. I mean, I have gotten flack for that, but I'm like, it's supposed to progress. Like, Michael Jackson wasn't hitting no flips.
Man, Chris Brown. I mean, we jumping all over the place here, but
my bad.
No, it's all good. Shit, this is what we do. Chris Brown. We talked about this on the show. Chris Brown, he's so good. Like I know the stuff with Rihanna, it kind of taints it with some people. But if you just strip away everything and just take his artistry, he's doing some of the best stuff you've ever heard. I keep saying it.
So here's how you know how great somebody is. So sports analogy real quick. If you're a football player or a basketball player and you make multiple all decades teams, that means that you're really fucking good. Not only for 10 years, but basically 20 or 30. Because I think there's some NBA players that have made 3. Chris Brown, for those of you that have Sirius XM, his songs are played on the Fly channel, which plays the old school shit.
Yep.
And his songs are played on Hip Hop Nation and The Heat, which are the new stuff.
Yep.
The man is I literally heard one of his songs from 2007. Then I flipped the channel and heard one of his new songs on the new station. So anybody that's trying to say he's not great, like
from 2003 to your point, 2003 to current, I don't think there's been a year where somebody was like, Chris Brown ain't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been consistent.
Yeah.
Very.
Don't go back and listen to that first album. It didn't age that great.
I disagree. There's some still.
I was about to say you better stop for all them the girls who were tweens at the time come for your neck.
No, I don't want to.
There's actually still some really good songs on that album. And to Khujeaux's point, there are some girls in between our ages who still have 4 copies of that CD.
No, I'm not saying that it's not jamming. I'm just saying he's evolved so much from then. It's almost like he's 2 different people at this point.
But look though, if you play Run It in the club right now, people gonna dance. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That was on his first album.
But like even Excuse Me Miss, like he was like 16, 17 when that song came out. But it's like a grown man song. Like to me, I'm not saying that it wasn't good. It's now there's one guy.
Wait, you talking about Yo?
Listen to some yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You say Excuse Me Miss, that was Luther.
No, yeah. Well, Chris Brown's song, if I'm not mistaken, it's Yo, and then in parentheses is Excuse Me Miss, if I'm not mistaken.
It is?
I could be wrong.
My bad.
I could be wrong.
You probably got it.
You know whose old shit has not aged well, and I will fight some people over it, is Justin Bieber shit. You can tell he used to sound like a little kid, and now he sounds like a grown man. His old shit did not age well. He sounds like a child.
Because he was. Wasn't he like 12?
Yeah, he's like 14.
He was a child. Like Chris Brown, I mean, you could argue, he was a young man because he was 16, 17. He's one more year, he'd have been a grown man. But Bieber was
you were right.
13.
You were right. It is Excuse Me Miss. About the song, it's Yo and then parentheses Excuse Me Miss.
There you go.
Air high five.
Because nobody remembers that the song was called Yo. We just know the main lines.
Yeah. But it's still good. I'm just saying, like,
I think they do the parentheses stuff for slow people like me that don't know the name of the song, but I remember the chorus or the main words.
But he said Yo. He said Yo.
Well,
I don't know your name, but it's cute.
He just did that a little better, Yeah.
I was about to say I don't know that.
That's arguable,
Yeah, I was about to say that. I think that Luther Vandross song probably gets the dub.
No, I was talking about Khujeaux singing.
Oh.
That's arguable.
He says arguable.
That's arguable.
Khujeaux, is that how you wooed your wife? You started singing some Chris Brown to her, and she just couldn't. She just couldn't.
and I hit her with the dance move.
So what? Obviously, you weren't singing like no wall to wall. You were probably singing like "Take You Down" or something like that, huh?
Nah, it was yo. Cause she
made it work.
She from New York, so that she was like,
hey, the greatness of Khujeaux's relationship. He sung a song from 2008 and got married in another decade. There you go.
Hey, but okay, look. All right, so I put this up on my social media a while ago, but we're gonna put it up here on the radio show. So we talk about, I'm not trying to. I
want you to collect this thought here.
I don't want to call it sensitive, right? You know, there's a lot of things that have kind of come to light that have enlightened people to how other groups of people may feel about stuff. One of those things is street harassment. As a man, I never knew that women were uncomfortable with men. I mean, I knew certain ways you would approach a woman would obviously make her uncomfortable, but I never knew a woman being approached out in public was kind of a form of harassment to them as a group. Because like, I don't want you, there's nothing to be saying that I'm inviting somebody to come up to me, basically, right? So that's kind of how I got that phrase, street harassment. We called it like stepping to a girl or hollering at her or, you know, whatever your generation's phrase would be. What songs capture street harassment, or what are some of the street harassment anthems? We just talked about Yo.
We just talked about that one.
This is an absolutely brilliant question.
Definitely.
Sir.
I feel like Mario has a song.
So let me name you the four that I have kind of tucked away in there. We can get into some other ones. So,
okay. So we're going to call this 16 street harassment
anthems. There you go.
Okay. All right.
Perfect.
So we got Chris Brown, Yo.
100%.
We got
the video even gave you directions on how to do it.
We got Luther, excuse me, miss.
Yes.
We got Tevin Campbell, Can We Talk?
Uh-huh.
We got Jodeci, I Want to Know Your Name. And then we got Bobby Valentino's Slow Down.
Okay.
All right. Now
I literally was just trying to mention one. I can't.
Now there's one. It's a rap song from a million years ago. You might know about it, and it's like borderline. It's more than harassment. Remember this song by this guy named Positive K called "I Got a Man"? I mean, he's basically browbeating this woman.
What that man got to do with me?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So what about LL Cool J's the one with Boys to Men?
Hey Lover.
Hey Lover.
Hey Lover. Yep.
First of all, that shit was creepy. That nigga described in great detail how he just saw a woman standing at the bus stop and just fantasized about licking her thighs and stealing her. First of all, dirty macking, to steal the phrase from the 90s.
Yep.
Stealing another man's woman just because she at the bus stop.
He know everything about the man. He was like, well, he drink too much and smoke too many blunts. How do you know this?
He know everything about both of them. He know everything about her. He know everything about her dude. And he just looking from afar. Sir,
16, I really just feel like I just named a song that was a part of these anthems. And I can't remember just like that.
This is a fantastic question.
Just remind me what song that was, because I literally just tried to name it 2 minutes ago.
I'm trying to. This is real good, Khujeaux.
A song by Mario. One of them. You Should Let Me Love You. I feel like that's one.
Oh yeah, he's telling her like, yeah, this is happening.
Yeah, like yeah. That one's for sure.
Wait, can you remember a verse? Because the hook, I feel like that song was about a girl he knew already.
What are you talking about? Good love and protection. Make me your selection.
Everything.
Yeah.
I feel
it could. I feel like it could go either way. It could be a girl you've been pursuing, or it could be a new girl.
Got it. Well, I mean, if you already know, I'm just talking like street harassment, like just approaching a woman, like, excuse me, miss.
You should let me love you.
What's your name? That's it. I'm not saying that. That's
remember
not
it, right? But I'm saying in that song, it's all about, you know, you got to have a good you have to have a good line to get their attention, right?
Yeah.
You should let me love you. Bam.
I got you.
Hold on, wait.
Where you going? You should let me love you.
You know, you stun them just enough, and then bam, let me be the one to.
As you grab them by the arm. as they
Right.
walk by.
There you
That
go, yeah.
And then
yeah.
do a dance move or something. There you go.
Look, a follow-up to this would be, are there any women songs that do the opposite?
Milkshake.
I don't know if she was hollering at anybody. I think she was just
It brings the
describing-
boys to the yard.
I think she was just describing her prowess. Like,
yeah,
hey, I got it like that.
yeah.
Well,
I'm a delicious dessert treat. So
to that point, women ain't exactly grabbing you by the hand and telling you, "Hey, give me your number."
That's what I'm
so-
asking. Are there any women songs that do that?
okay, it's another obscure one from the 90s, but that song "You're the One" by SWV is clearly a woman telling a guy, "Look, you're dealing with me," where she's saying,
"Sing it."
I'm not gonna sing it, but in the song, she's basically saying, you know, I know you got a girl. What she don't know won't hurt her. You know, if she finds out, I won't tell her anything. You know, basically your secret's safe for me type thing. So that's one of them.
Okay.
Where does No Scrubs fall into this category?
It does not.
That is a woman's response to street harassment.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, all right, so we talking about women dirty macking. You got Escape, You're My Little Secret.
Yes, that fits. Yep.
But I mean, that's just dirty macking. That ain't street harassment. But you were just saying about SWV saying your woman ain't gotta know kind of thing. But yeah, no, all right, so
would Creep fall into that?
Nah, Creep was basically saying you gonna go cheat, I'm gonna go cheat. That was a relationship song.
Because that's how I look at You're My Little Secret, so that's why I was asking.
No, You're My Little Secret was
you come into my house at 2 a.m, nobody's seeing you.
And leave and go back home to your wife.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one. It's another old school song, but
Kelly Price re-sang it. In morning, right? Is that the name of the song? It's morning.
Yeah.
Sunlight. Yep.
Yeah. Like, let me tell you something. That song.
Woke up the next morning. She was like, "I know you got to go home to your wife, but yeah."
So yeah, that song definitely fits in that category.
Yeah.
This is an outstanding question.
All right, so let's go back to the men one. So the street harassment songs that we named, which one is the top street harassment anthem?
Hold on, Khujeaux. Before we do that,
can we talk?
We got. Before we do this, we have to do this because we said we're going to. Tonight's word of the night is harassment. All right, there it is on the screen right here. Tonight's word of the night on the radio show is harassment.
Easy didn't do it. We gotta do it again.
All right, here we go.
Sorry,
we'll do it again.
I didn't realize that was the thing. You guys are insane.
We had to catch on.
Tonight's word of the night is harassment.
There you go. I wish Sheikah was here. She probably has some good input as a woman. Which song?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
I'm gonna go with Tevin Campbell.
Oh, hey, that's up there. That song still jams like hard.
Yeah. And a lot of guys know that song word for word and have probably used it.
Yeah.
In a sentence.
Who you got, MC?
Man, that Jodeci Come and Talk to Me is pretty up there because it's another one of these LL Cool J situations where it's like he's literally been leering
you.
Yeah.
That was the first line. I've been watching you for so very long.
Yep. I was trying to get your nerve built up. Why you're over there, stalking her like that.
Waiting by her mailbox in the bush.
Yeah. Talking about, your perfume, your hair, and all this stuff. I'm like, this. Yeah. So I would say that one, even though it's still a great song, it's a great song though.
Y'all picked this out too. I've had issues deciding between those two myself. So it's between Tevin Campbell and Jodeci, but just for the sake of the show, I'm gonna go with Luther. Just because it came from Luther and nobody expected it.
And the shit was so smooth.
Very smooth. It doesn't
smooth.
It doesn't even strike people as a street harassment song. It's like, nah.
It's probably the most effective.
I'm gonna get you home before it's dark. You ain't even got to worry. I get you home before it's dark.
Right. So that's what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying.
He approached
Very
it in
gentleman-like.
a sweet gentleman. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Gentleman-like way. But it's still harassment. He came up, excuse me, miss, what's your name? Where you from? Can I come? Like, just that's street harassment. That's it. Like he walked up to you and said, "Can I take you out tonight?" regardless of what you got planned. I don't care. Can I take
And then,
you out
and then
tonight?
if we really break it down, and I can't believe we're really doing this.
Let's do it.
We're doing it.
The beat is so smooth.
It is.
You're
It's
sitting there
it's
kind
very
of bobbing
melodic.
your head and you're
Yeah.
just going with it. You don't even know what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. It caught you in this whirlwind of smooth gentleman energy, and it completely made you forget. Like this
You
dude
don't
just straight
realize
up-
what it is
Yeah.
until you sing the first verse.
Yep.
So very effective.
Very. So I'm gonna go with Luther just cause.
This is an excellent topic, man. I feel like we could go on and on with this one, man.
Like, for
'cause
real.
We're gonna be coming up with songs for weeks. Like now, I'm gonna be checking for this so I can like, hey, man, I found another one that fits in that category.
There you go.
It's like when
Oh boy. The government didn't like that.
We'll never know. It's like when
it's like when you send me that damn YouTube video. Can't unhear that shit now. You did that, Khujeaux.
Hey, but you broke up. You paused like for a very long time. So you said it's like when.
I was
And then YouTube video Khujeaux. That was it.
When you Whitney Houston, "I'm Your Baby Tonight" and the X-Men theme.
No, I
You
cannot
can't unhear it.
hear that shit. I want to like that song. Like just listen to the song. I can't. I only hear X-Men now.
No, all you hear is na 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 na.
Claws.
Yep.
Goddamn Jean Grey flying and shit. Like that's all I hear.
You can't
Don't
unhear.
forget Cyclops coming across.
Oh, that's right. Beast.
You
Jubilee
can't-
with the fireworks.
It's like when you said it in the post, like you won't be able to unhear it. And
You
what I
won't be
do,
able to
I
unhear
click on it, and I'm like, that's all it is.
Yep. And what's crazy is the Whitney Houston song came out after X-Men. Or was it? Wait, was the other way around? Hold on.
No,
Let me
Whitney
make sure.
was first.
Let me see.
Yeah, "I'm
Yeah,
Your
that
Baby Tonight" might have been.
Okay, yeah. So hold on, let me see. So somebody from X-Men heard the song. And
Yeah,
was
they was like,
right.
Can I take you out tonight?
Exactly. Yeah, so that was 1990, and then the X-Men premiered in 91.
Okay, I'm fascinated by this. Now I'm just going through my song database in my head trying to figure out, well, who else was being creeped? As a matter of fact, LL Cool J actually has a few candidates for this list. He has a song with Kelly Price called "You and Me," where he picks up this girl who's walking, and basically in the entire song he's talking about how maybe I should take you from your man and all this stuff. Like, you just met her, man. You just giving her a ride. Like,
I want to say that's a lot of LL Cool J's MO, is that he's always taking some woman from some dude just because he work out a lot.
well, you see what happened to R. Kelly in the desert for messing around with another. Download by R. Kelly. There's another one right there.
Oh yeah.
We could do this all day.
Yep.
We really could.
Yeah, I think LL's entire career is just Dirty Mac in a smooth, muscular, oiled up video. He just stealing women from other dudes. Like that's it. This is post Mama Gonna Knock You Out and all that other, when he was doing.
Hey man, he made a living off of the hip hop ballads. So
that's it. He was Bow Wow before Bow Wow.
Yeah, just less annoying.
Yeah. And then who else made ballads? Nelly. I feel like Nelly made that turn at some point and pretty much just only released ballads. Yeah. Anyway. And that concludes Street Harassment Anthems.
Harassment. Khujeaux, you've been grubbing all night, man. You plugging what you eating?
Actually, no. I got something else though. I actually have three things in front of me right now. Two I'm eating. One was for the snack club, and it's not what I'm eating.
Well, it's not gonna stop you from eating it.
Oh, it's not.
I love the diversification.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Like there's literally, I could plug either one of these things. Actually, one of these I'm about to post because I typed it up and I forgot I never posted it. Anyway, so the chips is about to be posted. This cake is a video that I did, and I'm just eating it because it's delicious. But what I'm plugging today is...
Ooh.
That looks magnificent.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch remix. So this is part of the Serial Killer edition that I did. And these are one of my favorites. I am not the biggest fan of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I don't not like it. It's just if I'm going down the cereal aisle, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is not one of the first 3 that I would grab. 5.
Which is why we're doing the all-time cereal countdown.
So
Coming soon.
this shit is delicious because first of all, they took regular Cinnamon Toast Crunch and they dusted it with vanilla. The vanilla adds an extra element that's just amazing. Like it is a flavor that they should continue to put on all Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like they should just rename it Cinnamon Vanilla Toast Crunch because that shit's good. It's delicious. I like it a lot. I would eat this in a bowl, which I might do that tomorrow morning. I might just pour this in a bowl and add milk because there's nothing stopping these from being actual cereal. Like it's just marketing and packaging. Like that's it. I'm sorry. I take that back. For these, it's different because they dusted it with vanilla. They separated it from their cereal. But some of the other ones that's in the Serial Killer edition, I'm looking at 2 Fruit Loops. They just made them bigger and put them in a different bag. So it's the same cereal that you can put in Ziploc bags.
Okay, so Khujeaux wouldn't be doing my job here if I didn't ask. Where'd you get these from? Because
I got these from Kroger. I've seen them in Walmart and Publix too, but I got these from Kroger.
But they're on the cereal aisle, or are they on the aisle with the cookies and all that stuff?
They're on the cereal aisle. In Walmart, they were on. I can't remember what aisle in Walmart because I wasn't buying them because I already had them by the time I saw them. But in Kroger, they were on the aisle with the cereal, but like more towards the front. So you saw these, and then it was like oatmeal, grits, et cetera, and then cereal was further down.
Okay, so is this, because I'm real interested in those, man.
I think 16 is about to ask the question I want to ask.
Well, I want to know, are they jamming to the point where I can eat these in the morning? Maybe I want them in the afternoon, maybe whenever. Like, is it just
You read my mind. Is this a breakfast snack or is this a...
No, these are snacks.
I can eat it anytime.
This is whenever you feel like eating it, snack.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I mean, like that's what they're trying to get away from. They're trying to get away from associating them with breakfast or cereal, even though they're named after cereals or essentially are cereal.
Because some of the cereal-centric things are just like it's a breakfast thing. Because that right there, that just seems like, to me, you like you just said, you pop the top on that.
Yeah.
Whenever you felt like.
Yeah. You just open these whenever. Open them whenever. Same with didn't I plug Fruity Pebble Crisp last week?
Yes.
Same with those. Same thing. That's not a sit down in the morning, eat a bunch of Fruity Pebble Crisp because first of all, you're gonna be hungry. That is a snack. You open those when you're watching TV in place of like popcorn or something else.
Okay. So that's not gonna get your day kick started. It's just it's a stopgap.
Yeah. After lunch type deal.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. After you've eaten lunch, around about 3:00, still got 2 more hours before you got to go home. If you're at work or whatever, 3 more hours before dinner. Definitely that type of snack.
Man,
Makes sense.
I'm totally interested. Grabs phone, looks on Amazon Fresh.
Oh yeah, hey, these are good. Like again, if I was already a fan of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, then
that's why I'm doing it, because I had a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch just the other morning, so yeah. I'm down.
Yeah, the fact that I'm all on board for these. We tried 9 different cereals. We tried 9 different cereal snacks because they're snacks. This was in my top 3, and it wasn't number 3.
This is in my top 3.
This is in my top 3 for real. Of the 9 that we tried.
You were watching it for so long, trying to get the courage built up.
Trying to get the courage built up to eat these, but no. Yeah, these are good. I like them a lot. I'm plugging y'all to these.
And I'm like, let me see if I can find some of these right now.
Right.
Get an Amazon Fresh slapper in the morning.
Yeah.
Man, Khujeaux, great work as usual, man, and I appreciate you taking us down the road of getting fatter, because that's important.
It is. Food is the gateway to your soul.
It is.
That felt right just by you saying it.
Thank you.
Because you are the snack guru, man. This is what you do. This is why you were placed on this earth.
You know, I was thinking about rebranding instead of being Snack Plug, being something else.
Why would you do that?
Like Soul Finder?
Maybe just Snack Guru. Feel like that.
I think once you get, into like the 50s, your 50s and 60s, that's when you become like the guru,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
But Snack Plug, it just fits. I like the part where you look right in the camera and just go, and you say your catchphrase.
Look.
And that's why we show up right there. High budget applause for Khujeaux on that one for sure.
So I'm making t-shirts, just say plug across it.
It's perfect.
But it's spelled out in like Oreos and shit. I don't know. I'm just making some shit up. I don't know.
That's what we're doing. That's what this whole show is, just making up shit. That's what it is.
I wonder if I can get one of them SBA checks. What are them small business checks that the government giving out if I decide to sell merch?
They might, but you better make sure it's legit or they'll come get you.
Well, that's what everybody else doing. They applying for an LLC for $50 and then.
That's fact.
Man, everybody's getting a PPE loan.
Hey, I don't want no problem with none of that. I don't need the IRS or government getting. No, I'm good. I don't need the money that bad. Not to flex during the pandemic. Like we all at home. Ain't like I can go. I don't know. Whatever.
No.
Feel like you saved the flex for after the pandemic.
Whenever that might be.
At
the rate we going.
Well, the state of Texas says it's over. So.
Say what's over?
Oh, you didn't hear the news today about them?
Oh, they froze all their viruses.
So what?
Yeah,
okay.
Houston's got rid of the mask mandate. All businesses are open for business, no restrictions, nothing.
God.
I missed that for real. Wow.
Me too. I saw my cousin post something about I'm keeping the mask on. I didn't know what that meant. It seemed real vague.
That's what if that was
he lives
Shawnee,
in Texas.
That's what's
That was just the city of Houston?
No, this is the entire state. The governor came out today, no mask mandate.
Oh,
businesses are open. No restrictions on restaurants, anything like that.
I'll still be going to Texas next month.
Oh, well. If everybody's raw dog in the air, that's why.
All right, so I got a question for y'all real quick here. We'll do some housekeeping on the air here.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we done one of our radio show at the movies. All right, so I know this is a hip hop show. Is there any chance I'm gonna bring up a couple? So Biggie just dropped that documentary. Are we watching that? No. Well, I guess
Wait,
in our
who just
own
dropped
time.
the documentary?
They got a Biggie documentary.
Okay.
Coming to America comes out this week. It looks tremendously awful.
I feel like that's one we all gonna watch just because I feel like that's what everybody's gonna be talking about. So you kind of have to watch it.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it.
So do we review it?
Why the hell not?
Yeah. You say it comes out this weekend?
It comes out this weekend. I think it comes out on Friday. So
So
on Prime Video.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
Does anybody else want to see Tom and Jerry? I'm just curious.
Watched it the other day. It's hideous.
Damn. I figured it would be, but like, because didn't they have a movie before? But I think it was all animated.
They did.
Yeah.
It held my youngest attention for, I don't know, 15 minutes. And it was just kind of on in the background.
Wait, you talking about this live action Tom and Jerry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
25%.
So when did that come on? HBO Max?
HBO Max, yeah. 25% on RT. They weren't off on that.
Whew. That's pretty bad.
Yes.
That is awful.
Yeah. I mean, I was expecting like middle of the road, 49, 50%.
Yeah.
Nah, 25. It may even went down from then.
Yeah, because more people got to see it. That's crazy.
That's true.
Well, all right. Hey, save me some time. Because I mean, I was going to watch it. I knew it was going to be bad. But like when you tell me up front it's bad. Then
he said I'm going to watch it. I knew it was going to be bad.
With most cases, I won't steer you wrong. I did see real fast that they are planning a sequel to this movie that you and the jerk love so much, District 9. So it looks like they're finally doing a sequel to that movie.
You know what? I kind of am upset though, because I don't feel like everything needs a sequel. I am in the minority on a lot of my cinematic opinions. I don't feel like everything needs a sequel. I don't feel like every TV show needs to be an hour. I don't feel like every story needs a continuation. Sometimes
that's real.
Just let it be. You know what I mean?
It's money though. It's money.
I get it. But it's like, no, we got to figure out what happened with such a. No, you don't. That story wrapped, and that's it. You don't need to know how he lived for the next 15 years, or how, then when does it stop? Like it stops.
It's a never-ending cycle, and then next thing you know,
it gets bad, and then now the whole series has a bad taste in your mouth. So yeah, just let it. Yeah, anyway, whatever.
Then you end up with 1 million Transformers movies.
Like do we need 18 Power spinoffs?
No, I've never even watched one episode of Power anyway.
It was
okay.
It was
so
decent. It was a decent show.
Okay, so I'm sure. First off, I'm sure that I've been the guy who's been.
Hold on.
I've been getting attacked in comments for the things I've been saying.
The same outrage that you gave last week about Endgame, I feel like some of that energy needs to be put towards
you. Will not compare okay, so let's stop you right there. Easy.
Hold on. You see, hold on. You love to throw the word compare. Nobody said that Power is as great as the Avengers of the Marvel catalog. I'm just saying that depending on who you talk to, people like myself that find Power very great, they might bring some of that same energy you brought last week to this topic.
I think we need it just because I got it.
Oh, okay, well then.
You should be ashamed of yourself. Go watch it.
You were a Powerhead? No,
I wasn't. I watched it because the only reason I saw any episodes is because my wife watched it. So sometimes I was. I think
it's one of the greatest TV shows I've ever seen.
Really?
Hot take.
I'm gonna right here on air. I'm gonna check and see what the RT score is for it, just because.
I think it's pretty highly rated, to be honest.
I think it is. I want to say I don't know what the website is. The one that does out of 10, I think it was like a 7.5 out of 10. Whichever one does out of 10.
Hey, it's pretty okay. So the Rotten Tomato score is strong. It's 81%. That is fresh as hell.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fresh. And the audience score is 82%. So it's consistent between the critics and the audience.
The new version with the sun and everything like that. I stopped when Power
the thing happened. Yeah.
Yeah. But to me, it's one of the greatest TV shows I've ever seen. And it might be a hot take. Some people may agree with me, but that's why it's a hot take. So.
I'll say my worst criticism of it is kind of some of the acting was a little phoned in. You know what I mean? Like some of the acting was real bad in spots.
It's not a.
But aside from that, it was a decent show. I wouldn't have stuck around for as many seasons as it. How many seasons was it? 4?
I think it was 6. And
it was 6.
People was literally getting
4
Star
was when it
subscriptions
really got out of pocket, and not like bad out of pocket, like stuff you wasn't expecting to happen. Yeah. So yeah. No Power slander will be accepted as long as I'm on this Zoom.
Well,
so
I wasn't gonna slander your show. I'm just saying it never piqued my interest to the point where I would take a glance at it, no matter how much people try to talk me into watching it. I even had somebody who used to tag a bunch of people that they thought watched Power, and I was like, listen, I like you and everything, but I'm gonna need you to exclude me from your little Power group because I do not watch this shit. Thanks.
I mean, it's on Hulu, so whenever you.
And it'll remain on Hulu. Thanks, Easy. I appreciate it.
Just saying, just throwing it out there.
All 6 seasons are there.
To be honest, I would assume so.
Oh yeah. Not gonna. But nice. I take your word for it, and the critics on Rotten Tomatoes as well as the users have spoken and said it's a good show. So,
because it is.
That's good to know. So, what are we fighting about this week?
That's a great question. Do we have any left from your text thread?
I think we have. I think we beat that one to death. Easy. I'm gonna check one last time here, but I think we have gotten everything out of that we're getting out of it. But I'll look again because
let me go through the folder just in case. Because there was one that recently popped up, and I figured it would be very good.
Game developer.
That's one that us three could do.
What's that one? The game developer?
Yeah, I would think we'd all be pretty well versed on that subject.
Well, let's get it then.
Okay.
What were the options? My bad. If y'all decided on one, go ahead.
No.
I was just
we
dying.
were deciding.
No, it's all good.
Said I was dying.
No, I'm serious. I start choking. Y'all almost didn't have a co-host.
Please.
Well,
Listen,
I'm glad
Khujeaux,
you're good.
Joe, listen, I've grown fond of you over the years. Okay.
Yeah, just say that at my funeral. That's all I ask.
So I will. That'll be the first. That'll be the whole thing I say. But like, Khujeaux, I really grew fond of you over the years, and I'll just walk off.
That's it.
And then
and that's
Easy will be right there, be like, "Yep." I mean, your family, your wife and your family will hate me. Well, no, your wife won't. She knows our relationship. She knows that.
Tiff would get it. Tiff would get it.
She knows our relationship. She knows that we text each other dumb shit all the time.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if your mom would.
I'm just gonna leave a list of people who are allowed to say dumb shit at my funeral, just so nobody get mad.
As long as I'm on that list.
Yeah. It's you and maybe like three, four other. Actually, maybe about 8 other. Actually, yeah. You know what? Everybody. Fuck it. There's no holds barred at my funeral. Just everybody say some dumb shit. But go ahead.
So do we want to do game developer or do we want to do musician?
Musicians, I feel like would be a good draw, especially if you posted to social media.
Let's. The game developer thing can wait. Even though I'm gonna just cheat the game and say that Rockstar is staying, it's not going anywhere. They made Grand Theft Auto. It's not going anywhere.
We'll do it another time. All right, go ahead.
Yep. All right, so musicians, yes.
All right, so this is a kind of random list. We got like 2 GOATs on here, but based on the way we've been talking, there's really 3 GOATs and then 3 really good ones. So here we go. We got 6. And the options are The Weeknd, Bruno Mars, Prince, Michael Jackson, Usher, and Chris Brown. So The Weeknd, Bruno Mars, Prince, Michael Jackson.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Usher.
I really apologize. I've just been buried in paperwork for the last 3 seconds. Can you repeat that list one more time?
Can you toss that in the chat as well? Gonna need that as well.
Sure.
Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
Bruno Mars.
Prince.
I'm not gonna type that. I'm not typing.
Michael Jackson.
I'm not typing that either.
Michael Jackson, Usher, and then Chris Brown.
Why don't we just take Prince and Michael Jackson off and just leave the other 4? I feel like that's
fine. Like I said, it was a random list that I found.
Yeah, because we know nobody. If this is one got to go, we know for 100% fact nobody's getting rid of those 2.
Any list with Michael Jackson and Prince on there, they're staying.
So if it's just the 4 left, it would be Usher, The Weeknd, Chris Brown, and Bruno Mars.
All right. So, all right, Easy. I mean, you know what to do.
So off the rip, we already know about Chris Brown, and I'm gonna just let you know right now, Bruno Mars ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. He's staying. Yeah, he's not going anywhere. To me, this is very easy. Usher's out of here. And the next 3, it's probably a very wide margin, but Usher's out of there for me.
Okay, so first off, wow. Okay. All right. There's so much to unpack with this.
There's a lot.
So I would love for you to sit back and enjoy this ass whipping that you're about to verbally take here. Because okay, so He said Bruno Mars is staying.
For me, he's staying.
Okay. All right.
Because
So
Chris Brown is obvious. There's no need to talk about Chris Brown.
Okay. So with this one got to go. The first one that's leaving for me, when I was thinking about, okay, well, who has a bunch of songs that I like, dislike, or whatever. So the first one that's probably gonna bounce off this one, or who has to go, you chose. Well, I know who it's not. The person that's staying for me and is not going anywhere with no questions about it at all is Michael Jackson. Like, he's staying on this list.
Khujeaux said for
Michael Jackson
and Prince.
We got rid of
So we're just going with the 4. One of them's a GOAT. The other ones are really good. So we all know Chris Brown ain't going nowhere unless you want to be Mr. Hot Take and
no. So for me, the one that has to go here, based on who has more songs that I like, is The Weeknd. That's gonna be gone out of this one.
The Weeknd was number 2 for me.
Yeah, and it's not to say again he's not talented, but based on those 4, he's out of here. Out of those 4, the one that's staying and never going anywhere at all is Chris Brown.
Right, sure. Right. There's no debate there.
But yeah, it's The Weeknd for me.
All right, so Bruno Mars can leave immediately. I'm gonna say Bruno Mars because again, it's the same to ditto what he just said about The Weeknd. Not that he's not, a talented guy. I like the thing, he brought kind of that funk band song kind of back, Morris Day and the Times kind of thing. I dig it, like what they were doing. But I'm never gonna be anywhere in my life when I'm like, hey, crank up that Bruno Mars. That's just not gonna be me. Now, The Weeknd has several. So, and if you get rid of Weeknd, arguably you have to get rid of some of the songs he wrote for Drake on Take Care and some of the features that he used to do for Drake, OVO, all that kind of stuff. So I can't get rid of The Weeknd just because of that. And then he got that Wicked Game song that I just fucking love, and I'm not getting rid of that song. But yeah, it's gonna be Bruno Mars. I'm never gonna say crank up 24 Karat Magic or whatever, unless I'm at like a backyard barbecue with like my aunts.
I'm just saying, for me, Bruno Mars ain't going nowhere because every single album he's ever made is great. It's so good. Like,
you can say that about The Weeknd.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I can't say the same about Usher, which is why he's got to go for me.
I don't know, man.
Because Usher's had an interesting career. He started off very hot. Now like he's making some really good songs again. So maybe every time he gets divorced, that's when he, or when he's single.
I would say he's kind of grandfathered in only because of the hits and the era that he came up in and the type of songs that he was releasing. I feel like he's grandfathered in. With Confessions, just that album alone probably be the greatest R&B album of all time. Look, this is speaking from somebody who's not. I don't own Confessions, and I never owned it. I've listened to it, but yeah, that's a phenomenal album. Him and Jermaine Dupri kind of did their thing on that. I feel like Usher's grandfather in. But I will go and say that I would get rid of him before I get rid of Chris Brown. So it was between the others. It was between Weeknd and Bruno Mars, and I would probably listen to Weeknd before I listen to Bruno Mars.
Yeah, man, Khujeaux said something about with Usher too, that I know he kind of had a little bit of a lull in between, but his first 3 albums, man, like
that's it. You can't get rid of any of the songs on his first 3 albums.
You can't. I mean, my way. I mean, my way is like a sound. Like if you talk to some people who were like my age at the time when I was in high school, that's like a part of the soundtrack to to what you had going on at that time, man. Like it's still up there.
Anybody that Ronald Isley has ever beaten up is just kind of grandfathered in as far as like R&B greats.
Oh my God.
Usher, R. Kelly. That might be the end of the list. I don't know who else he beat up, but that nigga was beating up a lot of people in videos back in the day. I don't know what about his face and his persona made him the evil, beat a nigga up and leave him for dead because he messed with your woman kind of thing. Why was his women always getting taken?
Leaving them screaming in the desert.
But Chris Brown's last to go. I will say that for me. So I don't know about y'all. I think you said that.
Yeah. Look, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you who's staying, and I'm gonna tell you who's leaving. And
M16.
I decided for all of us,
yeah,
that Chris Brown is staying.
M16 made a face
about
Chris Brown being the last to go.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you talking about out of these four? If as we concentrate on these four, he wouldn't be.
Oh, so you agree? So you would let him go? You would let Usher go before you let Chris Brown go?
Yeah, I would let Usher go before
Okay.
Chris. Yeah,
right.
Like I feel like Chris Brown is a superior artist. Again, not saying.
I agree.
Yeah, just overall, I'm sure Usher would have something to say about that. But Chris Brown is
of course. Yeah.
But
no, I mean, like that is a lot of people have kind of their own takes on that, and I think a lot of times it's nostalgia kind of clouding the judgment. I think it hurts people to say that a new artist is better than an older artist. But I am not one of those people, and I will, because I grew up on Usher. You know what I'm saying? I grew up on Usher. Well, what, 2003 when Chris Brown came out? I think I was in high school.
I think Chris Brown came out in 05.
Yeah, Chris Brown was like 05, 06.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I was a senior in high school, whatever, and so
yeah, that's like
when Joel Santana was still rapping. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, so I mean, you could argue that I kind of came up on both of them, but Chris Brown definitely surpassed Usher.
Yeah, I was just shocked that I didn't think Eazy's first one, that he was saying, look, they're not going nowhere, is Bruno Mars. I didn't expect that one. That's what
he ain't going nowhere. Nowhere.
That's what makes one gotta go. So
yeah,
what it is.
I was really waiting for the Bruno Mars slander. That's what I was waiting on.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, I thought he was super corny when he first came out. Everything prior to what was the "Don't Believe Me, Just Watch" with the Trinidad James line in it. That one, the "Don't Believe Me, Just Watch."
That Mark Bronson song.
Yeah, that one. That was when I kind of started. I'm like, all right, well, he kind of found his vibe, and you know what I'm saying? Like I said, the funk sound that he came with, I kind of, that won me over a little bit more. But everything prior to that, Grenade was cool, but like the Lazy song and all the other shit he was coming out with was
it's like he had some songs that attracted, mainstream America. Then he was coming back for the soul and the black people, and he just a lot of pivoting there, a lot of deviation.
Yeah. But you don't hear nobody just slandering Bruno Mars. Like, you're not gonna go on no Reddit and be like,
That's
who
what I'm saying?
Like,
and if they do, tag them so I can talk to them.
I mean, now you could
I just
argue that he kind of like when that funk sound, he kind of stole. I've heard that argument before, is that he's basically profiting on a sound that's not necessarily and he ain't putting no necessarily unique spin on it per se. But I'm like,
I mean, come on. I mean, you could just do that with everybody's borrowed from somebody, man.
Right.
I mean,
like
it's the essence of music. Look at James Brown. He's like the most sampled artist on the planet. So you could use that, with a lot of different ones, man.
Yeah.
But you were right to say what you said, Khujeaux, that in this list, Prince and Michael Jackson, they are just as good as staying. They're both people with 10 or more songs that you like, probably more. And
I have a Prince playlist.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's with Prince, the only question would be which your favorite song might differ than mine. Like we might have an argument on, well, I like this one better than that one. But you're not gonna be like, well, I just don't. I ain't never met nobody who said that. Oh, you know what? I just don't like Prince. What do you mean you don't like?
I met a lot of people. I met a lot of people don't like Prince. Some majority of those people is like, I never listened to him because I didn't like. They might have heard a sound and was like, I never gravitated towards that sound. But there's some people who listen to him like, I don't like any Prince songs. So there are people out there.
Yeah, I don't want to know those people.
But here's the thing, though. If you had to choose between the two, let's not say like a one gotta go, but let's say you get to go to their concerts, or we could do one gotta go. I don't know. Let's just Michael Jackson or Prince.
Michael Jackson.
I'm going Prince. Like not like 100 times out of 100. I'm going Prince.
Yeah, I feel the same way about Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
There's no way I would take Prince over Michael Jackson, and that's not no diss at Prince. It's
Right.
just
That's hard though, man, because
it's
Like-
funny you say it's hard because me and Khujeaux decided
We're pretty
very
like
quickly-
there's a line in the
yeah,
sand.
there's my line. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can answer that. Like, so I have a choice, and I got one concert I can go to. I either go see Prince or I can go see Michael Jackson.
Or I mean, or it could just be you choosing their music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I just said the concert thing because I'm
like
but
you said,
it kind of puts
one gotta go.
I want to say the concert thing kind of puts Prince at a disadvantage only because a lot of people feel like a Michael Jackson
The
concert
entertainment
would be
piece.
would be very theatrical. You would have basically Smooth Criminal on stage kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Prince, I want to see that nigga play all them instruments. That's what I want to fucking see.
Because
But
he's a top 3 guitar player, if not the best. He's in the top 3. Damn, man, this is hard. I probably I don't know. I love them both, but I think the person who I like his songs just a little bit more, having probably more of them in there, is probably Michael. So yeah, it'll probably be Michael. Yeah,
that's fair. I mean, hey, look, it's a tough call. You
you
can't
ain't losing
necessarily
either
go-
way. Either way, you ain't losing.
Right.
Yeah, Prince has always kind of been my dude, man.
But yeah, I was gonna say, but Prince, when I was younger, man, I was really I was like really a Prince super fan, though, man.
Yeah.
It's too hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. And Prince passing, I mean, both of them passing is just
Bro, Prince hit me so hard. I still can't get over it sometimes when I think about it.
Man.
Yeah, both of those deaths, I know exactly where I was when both of them died. Like when Michael Jackson died, I was at football practice. We were playing 7-on-7, and one of the teammates that was on the sidelines playing on his phone was like, Michael Jackson just died. And everybody was like, the fuck? Like,
yeah.
And then when Prince died, I was in college, and I was walking to class.
I didn't want to believe that one, man.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was at home, and I didn't want to believe how he died. It was like drug overdose. I'm like, bro, it's like that don't even sound like a Prince way to go.
Yeah, we're talking about Prince.
Yeah.
I wouldn't with.
Like I felt like he was all about like crystals and you know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel like he wouldn't even put drugs in his body kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like that didn't match with Prince's persona. But I don't know, it was whatever. I feel like they took him out. Cause like he legit called. And what was funny is when he came to Atlanta, I told my wife, I was like, bro, I have to go to this concert. I don't care what's going on. I was like, I gotta go to this concert. And then when the time came to pull the trigger on tickets, I do like I often do. I wuss out because I don't like spending money on myself like that. Like if it was a concert she wanted to go to, and you know what I'm saying, I probably would have done it. But I wished out. Anyway, hindsight, I wish I would have went because that was the last concert that he ever did. And when he was on stage, he was like, y'all better cherish me now while I'm here because I ain't gonna be here too much longer. Next day, that nigga was dead.
Damn, it's like he.
So
knew,
you did go.
I did not go, but they posted. Somebody posted a video from the concert.
Damn.
So he knew something was coming. So it's a little bit deeper than just a drug overdose, but you know, we won't go into that much because I don't want the FBI cutting my feed.
Yeah. We want to get the show to where it needs to be before we get taken down from it too.
Yeah, we want to get in trouble for money later.
Yeah, there you go.
That's when we're really doing it.
So I guess we're gonna slide on into random.
Yeah.
Yes. We just like.
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah, do you think?
We're being quiet. I'm not a Paula Abdul fan, so I hope I don't offend anybody with this.
I just want to stop you right there. I don't think I've ever met anybody in my life that just had said those words. I'm a Paula Abdul fan. So I don't think you're gonna offend anybody.
Okay, cool. Well, those of you that are fans, and that listen to her music or watched her in her musical prime, you must feel really old because Paula Abdul is doing fucking arthritis medicine cream commercials. So if you a fan of her or watched her music, I know you feeling old because this lady is doing
arthritis commercials. I saw
arthritis commercials,
and she's dancing with her younger self.
And yeah, so again, don't know if you out there, but y'all old because somebody that y'all listened to and watched growing up, is doing arthritis commercials. That is the equivalent of seeing them in an AARP commercial or when Trebek was doing the damn William Penn commercials. Okay, like,
What's scary is that it's coming, right? Like we gonna look up one day and it's gonna be like Will Smith in a AARP commercial or like Usher.
And that'll be the day I look around and go, damn, I'm old.
Yep.
Man,
So I feel like for Paula Abdul people, that's what's going on right now because it's not like it's one commercial out there. She's got like 3 of them.
She got a bunch,
Yeah. So
man, you took me out with that Khujeaux.
I'm just like that was I don't even think he had to preface that. Like I don't think anybody's gonna be
well again, I know the first time I heard of Paula Abdul was American Idol, but I got educated that she had a career in music. So
Yeah, the height of that was probably the video where she danced with a cartoon cat. I think that's what most people kind of know her for.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Look up Opposites Attract on YouTube. Watch the video.
Okay.
I mean, somebody loves her somewhere, Khujeaux, because she's getting about 1.5 million monthly listens on Spotify.
No, I'm not saying she doesn't have fans. I want to make that clear. I'm not saying she doesn't have fans. I don't know anybody that just has said outright or would, die to the defend to
with
the
their
death.
chest out,
Exactly, defend to the death. Or Paula Abdul, that's not one of them artists that,
Yeah, so I just wanted to let the fans of her know.
Gotcha.
Y'all are old.
I'm dead.
Hey, can you imagine when Usher gets on an AARP or arthritis commercial, be like, you know you've got it bad when your wrist is hurting.
Oh God.
These are my confessions. You need to call.
Like there's 2 types of celebrity commercials. The damn, this person's really falling off of a cliff, a la Lil Romeo doing the IDCD college commercial, or damn, this is really old. Huh?
I ain't seen no.
Yeah, Master P is in them too, man.
Wow.
YouTube that. It's terrible.
All right, I gotta see that.
And that was the day that he hit rock bottom. And then there's that, and then there's the damn, I'm old because this person is doing this now.
Got it.
Hosting
Fabo
America's
doing Crystal's
Funniest
commercials.
Videos. Wait, who?
Fabo from D4L.
He's doing what?
Crystal. Y'all ain't seen Fabo on the Crystal commercials?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
No. I was about to say 16 don't know who that is.
Fabo don't. Oh, you don't remember D4L, the Laffy Taffy
Tat
song?
It Up, man.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, I'm saying I remember who the group is and all that stuff, but knowing the members, I mean, that's pushing it.
All right, so have you seen any new Crystal commercials where there's a dude screaming in them?
No.
Or a miniature guy sitting on top of a Crystal burger or whatever?
No.
Yeah, all right. So anyway, y'all look those up. I'll look up the IDCDC college.
Yes, it's bad.
And it's a thing that happens.
Him rapping in the commercial bad.
No, not rapping.
Oh
man.
Him, the commercial only comes on during the court TV shows during the daytime bad.
So if you're watching Maury,
that's bad. Oh man.
Yeah, Judge Joe Mathis, Judge Judy, you'll probably have seen it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
I gotta look that up. All right. Go ahead, N16. I'll say mine.
All right. I'm sure you're gonna come up with something crazy. So we had the word of the night already. So I'm gonna have the phrase of the night here. And I probably put this up on the screen, but the phrase of the night is back the fuck off. And I'm going somewhere with it. So
gotta hear this.
So all the people out there who like they ask couples who might have been together for a minute and then you jump to, so when y'all getting married and stuff like that, it's like, look, it's their goddamn business, and you asking about it just makes it more awkward. So you just need to back the fuck off. And then there's the people who ask and bombard newly married couples or couples in general, asking them when they're going to have kids. Maybe they don't want to have kids. Maybe they unfortunately can't have kids. So you know what?
Yep.
Back the fuck off.
There you go.
And also, from a personal standpoint, I need people to stop asking me if my wife and I will try for a boy. We have 2 girls, and girls is what I wanted. Every dude that has girls does not wish for a boy. We want healthy kids first and foremost. But stop asking. If I did want another kid, I would want healthy first. And if I had a choice, I would want another girl. The theme is back the fuck off. I'm good.
Great rap. It felt theatrical and almost rehearsed. I want to pretend that you didn't do that in the mirror, but I feel like you did.
I did not do
practiced in the mirror too.
I did not. No, I did not do that in the mirror.
It felt rehearsed. Like he was getting his tone right. Like back the. No, that's not it. That's not it. Back the.
Wait. That's not it. That's not it.
Right.
Should I keep the belt? Should I keep the belt?
Look, he put that. He put a belt on. It was like, ladies and gentlemen, I want to do my random today. I'm going to recite for you the lines of. That was good though. That was good. I hated that shit before we got married. I hated all the. You know what's crazy? Before we got married, we would get when are y'all having a child more often than we got when are y'all getting married. Like when y'all gonna have some babies? Like
it's so invasive because you don't know the person's situation. Maybe that's been something emotional where one of you can't produce or you don't know the story behind it. So
everybody's yes. That's it. So that was a good one. Mine, unfortunately, is not as entertaining, and I probably should have went first. I'm regretting my decision to pass, which my random is all about passing. Not in the death sense. Not took it to a weird place. Anyway, on Family Feud, if 8 people don't, when you come up to the thing and it's like, first person slap the buzzer gets to go. If both of y'all get it wrong, the person behind you gets it wrong, the person on their side gets it wrong, the next person gets it wrong, and then the one person that gets it right gets like answer number 5 or 6 out of 8. Nigga, don't play. Obviously, none of y'all know how to answer this question. Pass it. Like, use some strategy. Everybody just wants to be on fucking TV. You know what? I'm giving away my strategy for when I'm on Family Feud, so I'm gonna just shut up. But sometimes it's okay to pass in Family Feud is kind of where I was going with that.
That's an excellent random. You talking about you can't follow it. You followed it perfectly, man.
That was my random.
It's fantastic.
You're right though. And my thing is, I know it's supposed to be family, but before you get on the show who should and should not be on a quick guessing game where you got to be quick on your feet.
Don't go there. I know where you're going, Easy. Don't take it.
I'm just saying.
Listen, we can talk about this off air about who we didn't bring, but let's just.
I'm not saying who I wouldn't bring. I'm just saying if you afforded the opportunity.
No, but I know which family members wouldn't be making the cut if that's what you're saying.
Yeah. Hey, look, this is a business. You're there to win money and prizes. You should treat it as such.
I agree.
Your family member will not be hurt if you break them off 10K of your prize.
Yeah.
Because you won the prize.
Yeah.
You will be mad, however, if the game is on the line and that same family member who you knew was gonna fucked up.
And we see
then y'all go home with nothing.
Bro, I've seen some where I would question whether or not I would disown somebody in them situations. Like where it comes down to fast money and like I put up 188 points. All you need is 12 and you get 0.
After this wonderful show ends on our YouTube channel, go into YouTube since you're on the app already and look up Family Feud
fails,
whiffs or failures, whatever you want to call it.
I don't want to get triggered.
You will. It's bad.
Bro, like the exact scenario I just described, where all you need is 12 points to win fast money, and they got 0 for every answer. That's a real fucking scenario. And I watched that episode, one of those episodes live. That shit was It was funny. First of all, it was funny as shit because you just kept seeing.
It's also agonizing.
Bro, it's the worst gut-wrenching feeling to watch. Everybody in that audience on stage, the family, they just face. It starts off because it's like, oh, you got the first one wrong. Okay, cool. We keep going. Second one wrong. It's like, all right, the smiles start getting smaller and smaller. And then the bottom two answers, everybody's like, everybody's face is just looking around so worried. And then when it rolls to that last answer and they got 0, everybody has to come console the person who got it all wrong. Like, it's okay, buddy. We'll get them next time, knowing damn well.
No, it's not okay. You just cost us several $1,000s.
Nigga, all you needed was 12 points? Like, it ain't even like you
don't even need a number one answer to get 12 points.
That's bad. God, that's bad. I can only imagine the category.
Dog, like, just go look it up. Everybody that's watching, go check them out. Those shits are painful to watch. Especially, like I say, it starts off funny. Then when it gets towards those last 2 or 3 answers, you feel bad for that person, for that family, and then you start thinking like, man, that's a quiet car ride home. Especially if because you get to come back if you do fast money. Especially if you don't win that next one. That was your one and only chance to get $20,000. Quiet car ride home, bro.
Oh,
all right, so M16, I'm gonna put you in that scenario. You put up 188 points. And then Easy comes up and gets everything wrong. Can't close the deal.
Boy, I tell you what, those visits will gonna be pretty awkward because it'll just come up in everything. Like, well,
I thought you were about to say the visits gonna be less and less. Those visits gonna be getting low in number.
Nah, but the amount of heat. It would just come up in everything. Like. Yeah. Well, make sure you don't miss it like you missed those 12 points where we could have went $25,000. He never hit.
Hey, 16, can you pass the mashed potatoes? Yeah, sure. Just don't drop it like you did on Family Feud.
Yeah, that would live in infamy.
Yeah.
Especially costing you money too. Now I'm about to go check them videos out. I'm intrigued, but I could feel myself getting triggered because I hate seeing money getting pumped.
They are. They're pretty bad.
They're bad.
Well, you know what? I got it for you because what would happen is that what he would get if he missed that Khujeaux would be harassment.
You would be harassing him forever.
Yes. I would not be asking him, can I take him out somewhere tonight? I want to take him out all right.
Yeah.
Whatever, it's cool.
Yeah. You know what you're doing.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, man.
This is a fun one, man. Another one in the books, man.
Yep.
All right, so I guess we're going to do another part of waving to the camera, and we'll be back with another show next week. Aftermath all this weekend. Check us out. Check the feed out. Great interviews coming up this weekend. Well, I guess whenever you watch this show, but coming soon. Snack plug. Keep going. So that's at your snack plug on Instagram. Follow us at It's the Radio Show on Instagram. And just keep the support. Keep watching. We appreciate you.
Out.
Harassment.